There it is.
Yeah, it takes a while. It takes a while to load up. Until
it's Facebook cranking over, StreamYard cranking up.
I had to run at the very last minute and grab something, so I did that. I put on my shades now so I don't start tearing up during the show. Everyone thinks that I'm trying to be cool. No. For some reason, I think that I know what it is. It's old age. When I stare at the computer screen for a while, my eyes start getting watery. So, and people think I'm crying, and I'm not. I'm tough, I swear. I only cry in movies. Yeah.
It's every time Bumblebee dies.
Prime dies.
Just lose it.
Bumblebee, take him, leave him.
Or Starscream.
Starscream dying is a tragedy. It's a tragedy. Starscream.
I knew it was one of them.
Yeah, Starscream dying is a tragedy. Starscream is awesome. Hello, everybody. I'm let the chat fill up a bit. Hello. Thanks for watching.
Come on in, folks. We see you out there. Hit that like button. Hit that love button if you're on Facebook. Show some love.
Sorry, love button sounds nasty.
We don't take it personally.
Love button sounds really, really
only nasty. If you make it that way.
Okay, well.
TV MADLSV, so where the V stands for variant.
It's
yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm going to start the show here.
Come on in, folks.
I'm gonna hit the opening, and
do you have the radio cranked up?
Yeah. We will.
There's our official notice from Google Chrome saying that we're alive.
Yeah. I don't know why they tend to do that, but here we go.
Always late.
Yeah, sorry, my favorite Transformer. See, everyone, this person, Facebook user is smart. They know. All right, I'm gonna hit the intro, and we are going to go live. See how this works out. Me being as medicated as I am.
Hit that intro.
Here we go.
The following program contains violence, disturbing imagery, nudity, and, oh my God, why are you even watching this? Just run away. This shit is going to give you nightmares. For real. The program is rated TV MA NSFW OMFG GAF TTV BYGAS. Why are you still here? Seriously, don't watch this. We can't warn you strongly enough. Do you need a doctor of some kind? What is the matter with you?
The difference is near. It's a revolt the masses will hear. If they vote, let the people cheer. It's the blood starts here.
Hello, everybody. Hello. My name is Varian Grant. I'm the founder of INDIE Media LLC. That's right. It's mine. It's all mine. Can't have it. I started making comics back in 2008, damning the industry and being responsible for its downward spiral. I am a comic book creator, artist, what else? Comic artist, creator, asshole, gamer, geek, father, husband, reluctant taxpayer, not necessarily in that order, but yeah. Your child's favorite artist, aka Mama There Goes That Man Again, or News at 11. And I am joined by, as always, the beautiful indie princess. Hello, Lola. How are you? How was your holiday?
I didn't do anything. Did school work, company work, and it's hot. You can probably hear my fan that I stole from you.
True, very true. I don't appreciate this stuff. Also, Mr. Zimmerman, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, everybody, I'm Randy Zimmerman. I'm a longtime alternative and independent comics creator, publisher, everything. Done a lot of things for a lot of people, a lot of freelance work. self-published under the Arrow Comics, Massive Comics, Weeby Comics banners. Right now, I'm working real hard to bring Arrow Comics 4.0 back out starting in August. We're going to be offering 4 titles a month for the retailers to pick up and make money off of us, and we hope that they will. So, other than that, real happy to be here and happy to be part of the Indie Vault experience.
That's what it is, an experience.
It's an experience.
Joel, how are you?
Hey, doing all right, Mr. Grant. Thank you for having us on the show tonight. Yeah, my name's Joel Van Patten, artist, co-writer with Livid Comics. Work on my buddy John Durgan, who's that way. Yeah, man, thanks again for having us on the show tonight. It's pretty awesome, so we're pretty excited to be here with you guys.
No problem. John.
Hey, yeah. So like Joel said, we co-founded Livid Comics together. Both, I live here in New Hampshire. Not sure if any of you guys have been to New Hampshire. It is what it is. It's a great location, but it can be boring for some people. But that's born and raised here, so it's all good. But we really appreciate you having us on. It's hot here too. It was like 95 out today, so and there was a thunderstorm about to roll in. So hopefully I don't lose power. So but,
yeah, we had it go through here a couple hours ago. Michigan. We're here in Michigan, just a couple of miles south of the safe water line of Flint, Michigan. So I'm in the safe water zone.
Yeah, barely, just barely.
Barely.
Yeah. Mr. Charles.
Good evening. Charles Santino, creator of Rammer, RAMMUR, in demand now on Indiegogo. I am the oldest person here, and my motto is there's no substitute for experience.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got a point. I mean, that's why I hang around all you old guys. Did I say that out loud? Oh man, it's the medication. I'm sorry. This is what is in this stuff. You guys drop wisdom. You guys drop like these little nuggets of wisdom, and I can pick it up in
long time experience.
Yeah. JT.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me. JT Malloy, creator, writer, and artist of the Sapphire Spectre. My little imprint is called Punk in Comics, kind of like The Simpsons, nuts and gum together at last. And yeah, I got a Kickstarter for issue 2 going right now, and I think my motto is "Get it right next time."
And a lot of people don't know this. My personal comic book nemesis is joining us. You know how Machine Gun Kelly is it's banned at Shady 45. Well, this man has been banned on Indie Vault for years. Mr. Danny J. Quick.
You never told me he was banned.
Oh, he's banned, man. He's banned, but here he is.
There he is.
Yeah.
This is it's a new type of ban though. Like I'm banned until I need something. And then
He's not on the list.
No, he's not on my personal list. No, me and Dan have this we have this thing where like we'll talk bad about each other, but it's all in good fun. We need a nemesis. We need
Yeah, that's right. Everybody needs a good nemesis.
Yeah.
I don't see him at all on the list.
So hopefully I won't get put on the list by the end of the show. But thank y'all for having me on. Danny J. Quick, co-creator of Ace Blade and King Supreme for Fourth Wall Productions. We've got a Kickstarter going right now also. I want to say, Joel and John, I love your logo. That Livid Comics logo is pretty cool with the teeth and the eyes. I like that a lot. I saw it earlier. I like that.
Every now and again I get lucky and I hit one, So, right? So thanks, man. I appreciate it, Danny.
Yeah, my first logo, I had a guy do a design. It was this evil face. People thought it was the Disturbed face. It wasn't, but it's a little evil face. And a friend of mine did an animation for it with it eating the Approved by the Comics Code Authority logo and then grinning. And then people were like, "You're gonna get sued about that." I was like, "Yeah, let them come and sue me." But then I don't use that anymore. I don't.
So was your face?
But then he got the cease and desist.
I never got a cease and desist for that. I should have. Want to thank you guys for joining me here tonight.
Mary Machine Gun's in the house. Pop Seeley's in the house. Hey, yo.
We have a lot of things to cover. I know though that I live in the best timeline.
Mary Machine Gun, is she loud in Shade 45?
Yeah. I know that I live in the best timeline though.
Jason Moore, good evening.
Because
comic book creating folks.
Because I've been getting messages. I got a message from Hart Fisher today. And,
cool.
You know, as a kid, you know, to know that Hart Fisher will randomly message me and say, "Hey, man, check this out." It's like, hey, I am in the best timeline. This is the timeline where Hart Fisher knows who I am and says, "Hey there, and how's it going?" I'm like, "Holy shit!" So yeah, this is cool. This is almost like the time that I was gonna say that I got to hug Elijah Dushku, but right up until she called the police, then that was yeah. Elijah Dushku and me have a history.
It's always those little drawbacks.
Yeah, those little small drawbacks. But Hart did tell me. I don't know if you guys know this. Breaking news. Breaking news here. I guess kind of breaking news here on Indie Vault. Yeah. Hart has started his Boneyard Press back up. And looky. Bill the Bull, the Omnibus.
There we go.
Back on Kickstarter. He needs 20 grand. He's got $9.95 so far for 28 days left to go. He's going to be coming on Indie Vault again very in the very near future. Talk about this. And we're going to have Hart on. Don't want to miss that. Hart is always a great interview. It's going to be awesome.
Well, always no holds barred with Hart.
Yeah. Patrick Sealy says, hey Patrick, how's it going?
Hey yo.
Jason Moore, good evening. Now, guys, if you never watched the show, you know what we do on this show is that we answer questions that were sent in to us from our listeners through Indie Vote Radio or Indie Vote TV. These questions are usually sometimes they're questions about the industry, sometimes they're advice from the lovelorn. Most of the time they're ridiculous. We're going to get into one, though, Randy, that I thought was pretty cool. I thought it was cool and sad at the same time.
Is that the one you were telling me about earlier?
No.
Oh.
No.
That's just another situation you'll be bringing up later on in the show.
Here we go. This one is from X. And Randy, I'll let you read it.
Person X. Won't say Mr. or Mrs. or Ms. Hashtag hail hose, though. And hashtag ass boys. There we go. It's sup ass boys and hail boy and hail hose. I found you guys at the start of the pandemic. I was diagnosed with cancer at the same time. Oh, very sorry to hear that. So this show and the indie comics have kept me sane. All my indie comics got ruined with the flooding here in Michigan. Oh, dude. Sorry to hear. Sanford, was it the regular flooding? Is this a new flooding? Or was that the Sanford Dam that broke? It says, on the plus side, I got Indie Vote Revolt coming to restart my collection. Oh, dude, thank you. Thanks for all you do, X. X, send me a note and tell me who you are. You don't have to tell me here on camera, but send me a note. I'll send you a little extra to help your collection along. Buddy, just because you're Michigan and you bought an Indie Vote Revolt book, so that's near and dear to my heart. I'm hoping to be able to go to the printer tomorrow and pick those books up so I can start fulfillment on that book. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, you have to film it tomorrow. You can pick them up tomorrow. I forgot about that. Indie Vote Revolt.
I hope so. I'm waiting for their call.
You have to let me know. You have to let me know. Maybe I can meet you. We can have lunch or something. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. You think you can get out of the house?
Yeah, I can limp out the house.
Lola will let you borrow give you the key to your shackles and
maybe
let you go. Maybe no. She's shaking her head. No.
She has to watch me.
You're gonna have to bring her along with you.
Guys, I don't know. Have you ever suffered a setback in your own personal collections where you're like, damn, man, I lost this, I lost that. I see Danny shaking his head. Danny, what did you lose? And how, if you don't mind?
I had a similar situation. We had a flood here in our house in December of last year.
Oh.
And lost a lot of my indie comics and some of my own books that I had in here in the garage, and some of those books were near and dear to my heart, as they say. But the insurance company doesn't see them as valuable as I do.
That's right. Yeah.
That's why you always need to make sure your insurance is up
Yeah,
to
right.
date. You know, overestimate.
Are you
take pictures?
Well, you know, there's some place. There was a place I found that will insure like your electronics, your valuables, your comic books, but they do it at a very high. There's a very high premium. Of but yeah, that sucks. Dan, were you able to get most of that stuff replaced or back?
I got a lot of it. I had to rebuy some from creators, but you know, I'm cool with that. A lot of books I had, and you know, I like to buy books, not necessarily. I buy more books than I read. I'll say I read a lot of indie comics, but a lot of them were still sitting there. So especially the ones that I hadn't read yet, I had to rebuy. But you know, that's part of the game.
Yeah, I get you. How about anybody else? You guys suffer any losses? Want to weigh in on this?
Yeah. It brings back some bad memories for me. I didn't get into indie comics when I was a kid. I didn't even know they existed. I mean, all my comics were bought at flea markets and yard sales, anyways. You know, like I said, I live in New Hampshire. There was no comic stores near where I lived growing up. But a few years ago, I went and got all my old comics from my dad. They were in this big toy chest. Well, I didn't realize that there was a flood in the storage room that he had them in. So basically, the whole bottom row, like 50 books, just wiped out. And now, I mean, even the top ones that are still fine, they smell like mildew. And I'm like, not that I cared that much about them being worth much, you know, ultimately I had them in a toy chest, but still, that was tough. I lost a lot of my favorite comics as a kid. So
So it's almost the memories of those books that are gone.
Yeah.
Not so much it's the book, it's the memory of that book is just gone. JG, I seen you shaking your head.
Yeah, I had like a long box of Batman that I was living in a buddy's basement probably like 7 years ago or something, and like a pipe burst in the basement or something. I lost the whole long box of Batman. It's not like I didn't have like the, you know, super hugest collection or whatever, but I did have all the Hushes, and like I had was it 261, 265? What's the one with you know, the Joker with the card on it? You know, the Joker's 5-Way Revenge. Yeah, I lost that one. I was like, God damn it.
Anyone else have something like that?
I just had, you know, financial situations where you have to sell things that you regret selling, right? You wholesale them out, right? You just, you know, 40% of what their value is because it's that or, you know, the heating bill, right? And when you're a family man, you got to make those decisions. And then you see the stuff rocket up in price, man, after you sold it. You're like, damn. So that's hard, but you do the responsible thing. Yep, exactly. You do the responsible thing. You got to take care of your family, right? So that happens. We've all been there. You have to do that from time to time. That's real.
I might need to do that.
Yeah, that happens.
How about you, Charles?
Yeah, selling stuff that I wish I didn't have to sell, and a lot of stuff I sold was right before eBay.
Oh yeah.
And you know, that stuff today is probably worth literally 50 times what I sold it for.
Really?
You know, a couple of years ago, well, almost 8 years ago now, I had started toying with the idea of opening a comic book store. And the comic store that I was the store I was looking at had been at one point a pawn shop. And I had this idea to incorporate pawning into the store. Because what I would see people would do is there was this comic shop here down the strip mall from them. There was a pawn shop, and I would see people come in there trying to pawn comics, and he'd say, "Nah, take it to the comic shop down the street." And there are so many creators who, or not creators, but comic book fans who, you know, maybe you got a book that's worth something that you just want a loan on. All you want is a loan, like for maybe 3 or 4 weeks, but the book is what you got as collateral. So I was gonna do that. And in my county, getting a pawn license is ridiculous. I mean, they only give out a certain number of them. And when I walked into the office, put it this way, I should have sent the Indie Princess, because when I walked in there and they said, "You want what?" Nah. They weren't giving. Let's say they put some unnecessary hurdles in my way, so I couldn't acquire that license. I ended up not opening the store because Dennis Barger, who you guys might know him from Underworld Comics. He's here in Michigan. He's a friend of mine. I was telling him what my plans was, and he said, "Oh, you're opening a comic store." And I said, "Yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna be all the way out, and I'll be in Macomb." He says, "Do you like throwing away money? And do you like burning money? Because that's what you're doing." I thought, "Don't you have a family? Don't you have a young family?" And yeah, I'll open a comic store. Jody McPhee is in the house. She joined us. Joe,
yes. Yeah, I'm here
from the desk of a small press publisher. And I joke with Joe about being the Indie Vote legal
standards and practices.
Yeah, standards and practices.
Yeah.
And I knew Joe would love this because Randy has been laughing about it all morning.
Most of the day. But before you jump subjects, I want to tell X, hey, X, let us know how you're doing with that cancer. We hope you're doing okay.
Yeah.
And when it comes to comics keeping you sane, I definitely know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I deeply appreciate you listening, and we care about you, buddy.
And when you send Randy that letter, let me know so I can throw some stuff in there too.
We'll send you a package, X. Let me know. We'll
hit us up
send
too,
you
man.
some stuff, buddy.
Yeah, we'll hook them up. Hit us offline. We'll hook you up.
Okay. Yeah. So X, all these fine people. And if you need to don't know how to contact them, contact Indie Vote, and we'll forward that information.
Well, just let me know who you are, because if you ordered a Revolt book, I know where you live anyway. I have to send you a book.
Yeah, that's kind of. I know where you live.
I know where you live.
Yeah. So the next one is one Randy and I have been scratching our heads over all morning.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let Randy read it, and I know we're gonna get a reaction from Joe.
It's too bad we can't keep the cameras on everybody as we read this, as the jaws drop and the what the fucks happen.
Yeah. Here we go. All right.
So Facebook user says, "Geez, Randy, can you make that sound any creepier?" Yes, I could. Facebook user. Yes, I could. Ryan says, "I'm pissed as hell. I signed, removed, for reasons of that'll be apparent, to a 5-issue deal, only to find out this asshole has also signed deals with 2 other publishers in California and in Texas. I'm in Maine. Same book, 3 different trade dresses. Name removed. Says he only wanted to reach the most customers possible. Books are identical, same covers, interiors, even backage. Scam Lord took us all for $1,400, all set."
So let me just put this in context for everyone.
Right.
This individual got his book.
Somebody's laughing. Who's laughing?
That's Joe.
Jeff. Joe hit the floor yet? Luke Stone is coming in now. Oh, Joe, yeah. I just wanted the book spread out. That's what he wanted.
So this guy sold
one in
his book
Cali,
to 3
one in
different
Texas, one in Maine.
3 different publishers have his book. You can see.
What's wrong? You couldn't find somebody in Minnesota?
Daddy's bothered and confused. So just in context for anyone listening, this creator basically signed agreements with all of with 3 different publishers across the country, and they're all putting out his book at the same time. 3 different publishers, 3 different trade dresses, and apparently they all gave him some type of advance. $1,400 is what they're all.
I just want to mention we added Luke Stone, and Luke, you have a big fan or feedback, something going on?
Yeah, that's my 3D printer.
Okay, so could you please keep that muted until you need to speak?
Yeah.
But you're welcome to pipe in at any time.
Yeah. So my question is, Luke, why'd you do this?
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I'm out here trying to find one publisher. This guy got 3. Who is this? Who is this person?
3 bells.
Yeah,
I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed, really, honestly, that he pulled that off.
So I've talked to Ryan a bit, and he explained to me, he says the guy came to him. It's a really good book, really good looking book, and he was interested, and he signed the deal. He gave over 500, and the other guys, and he was contacted when he put the book up somewhere else, and he was contacted and like, hey, that's a book that I'm publishing. No, I've got a contract here. Then the third guy reached out and contacted them. Yeah. So
that's only 3 that we're aware of. He might have done Minnesota after all. We're just not sure yet.
Yeah.
I thought he might have like texted one of them the wrong name, like a bad date.
Does he use Tomorrow Distribution?
He might.
It could.
It could be.
Yes, sir.
Joe, go ahead.
Joe's laughing.
Oh boy, this is a copyright and trademark nightmare, to be quite honest.
Well, all depends on how they signed rights away.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first thing I asked Varian. You think the word exclusive was in any of those contracts?
No, probably not.
Is this smart, guys? I mean, think about it. 3 different publishers: California, Texas, and Maine. He's got the coast covered. He's got the East Coast covered, Midwest, West Coast. He got it covered. I mean,
again, I'm curious about the contracts, to be quite honest.
That's what I was going to say. Most contracts, standard contract says, there's a clause saying you haven't signed away the rights to this to anyone else. So if those contracts were standard, then he's done it. He's done it 3 times, and he's in a heap of legal trouble.
Well,
the term diminished capacity comes to mind in my mind. Maybe the guy's got some senioritis kind of a problem or something. Maybe he forgot he got 2 others on board or something.
Yeah, I really doubt.
Oh no! This is intentional.
Exactly
I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I'm surprised he's only gotten 3 publishers involved.
Man, I don't know. I look at it I look at it from a new creator point of view, right? I mean, this is our first comic we're putting out. I wouldn't want to burn any bridges right out of the gate like that. I mean, obviously I'd want the exposure, but I would ask whoever I agreed with first. I'd be like, hey, I want to get this all over the place. Are you cool with this?
Well, this guy might not have been. He was thinking about exposure because he's spreading it around. Mm-hmm. 1 in Maine, 1 in Cali, and 1 in Texas.
You should probably check the police reports with as much exposure as he's trying to get.
Could be. And he talked them all into an advance.
Yeah. He didn't burn any bridges. He dropped atomic bombs on those bridges.
As his publisher, do you call him? As one of the publishers, do you call him and say, hey, what's your problem? Like, you screwed me? I mean, I understand Ryan here is pissed as hell, but like, if this happens to anyone listening, what's your
action?
Yeah, what's your course of action?
What's your course of action? What can you do?
I would view this like, Joel, I don't know how you would feel. Like if someone came to us like this, I feel like it's egg on face situation. Like we would want to talk this through up front and be like, hey, if this is exclusive to us, we need it in the contract, and then we can go after their asses, So it's unfortunate, but that's how I would view it. I don't want to make sure that was in there.
It might come down to the publisher that had the best contract being the person that actually gets to publish the book if they still want to.
I don't know that I've ever been offered in advance. Like ever. Like ever.
I used to do it.
I did know this one publisher that if you paid them $5,000, they would publish your book.
That's a reverse advance.
That's Image.
Can't get blood from stone.
Well, I think
no shot at Luke. No shot at Luke.
Well, here's the question that I have.
Can't get blood from a stone.
All 3 publishers communicated with one another. My question was, when did this individual put ink to paper for the contract?
I've got some information on that.
And it comes back down to if the first one that he signed does not have exclusivity at any given time, then it's up for grabs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As far as the money, but as far as that advance, you just have to eat that.
Well, I've got some information on that. All these contracts were signed in a 3-month period, all of them. And so he knew
Well, they wasn't signed all at the exact same time.
No, like a couple of weeks. Like so, signed one in November, another in February, then another one in March.
Well, I would think the person that has the publisher has the contract first, like they have dibs. But yeah, it's like Joe said, if they don't have that exclusive word in there, then they don't have a contract.
And remember, he might be first. He doesn't know who else is out there with that book. J.D. Calderon.
There might be a fourth or a fifth or a sixth, but like I said, we haven't heard from Minnesota yet.
J.D. Calderon says the real issue.
Haven't heard from Florida yet either. So
these publishers are able to bring up a lawsuit. It requires a lot of money to do that, and this guy may ghost. That's true. Randy had a good idea earlier. He said, "Why don't?"
I did. Can I say it?
Go ahead.
What Ryan needs to do is get with the other two publishers and offer a Kickstarter for all three of the books. recoup their advance,
and then work out a connected cover between all three labels.
There you
and
go.
Then well, I mean, if he's looking for somebody for a publisher in Florida, I think we've got several down here. I know a couple of new startups that they could probably check into, but
they might have already been asked.
You know what he can do?
Marketing strategy, just genius.
I mean, that's one way to get out of it. That's
You know what they could do?
I just know how my contracts are. It's like that's an immediate termination right there.
I got an idea. I know how to fix it.
I would consider that suffering damages, but JD is right. If I did take him to court, he can ghost.
I know how they can fix this. Everybody change a few details in the book, release them all, 3 publishers, like a Where's Waldo, or spot the difference.
You know what you do is you pay somebody to rewrite the ending on all 3 of them. That way you have like a choose your own adventure series.
My mind exactly went to choose your own adventure. That's what I was thinking, Yeah. The thing that jumps out at me is you wanted to reach the most customers, right? Like,
yeah.
So how bad are these publishers? I mean, you should be able to hit. Geez, if you're in Cali, you should be able to hit Texas, man. If you're in Maine, you should be able to hit Texas. I would think. Seems kind of, and that I wouldn't be surprised if more publishers came out of that deal too. There might be 5, 6, 7, 8. You never know, right?
Yeah. A lot of these 3rd-tier publishers are regional anyway. So the guy probably thought, what's wrong with getting a little extra exposure?
We are going to follow it. We are going to follow the story.
Because I thought of another way to deal with this. Have one publisher deal only with the digital, another publisher deal with the floppies, and the last one deal with it as a collective. Yeah. Everybody would gain their money back.
If you can get more than one,
or depending on how thick the book is, just split it up into 3 parts, and then I'll take the first third, you take the second, and the third.
2 of the guys have printed it already. 2 of the guys have printed it, so. Yeah,
it's already gone through the printer on 2 out of the 3 that we know.
Instant collector's items.
That's a gone, so that's automatically.
I think I'm going to run it. Is everybody in agreement? This is Grift of the Week?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Here, sir, Ryan, you can let the guy know.
No, not Ryan. Ryan's the victim in this. Right. It's removed. Ryan,
let him know that your guy has won the Grift King of the Week. Here's that bumper for it. Grift of the Week right there.
Grift of the Week.
Well played.
Back in my day, we would have strung him up. Tar and feather the guy.
Back in Charles' day, that's probably literal too.
Yeah. Somebody said just sign with Fourth Wall.
Nah, well, I'm good. I don't even need that kind of headache. I know that's Brad. It's got to be Brad.
Yeah, it's Brad.
Yeah.
See some publisher somewhere going, how come I didn't think of that?
Yeah. That's well.
Now we can run a Kickstarter for legal counsel. He probably hit well. It could be
But you guys have had it right. He's probably hitting like these smaller publishers that, like these garage publishers, you know, and
they're regional.
And hitting these guys, and they don't have a ton of reach, and so he didn't think they would overlap any. Probably is what. That's why he chose different areas.
How many publishers can we think of in Texas?
I just thought about it. There has to be exclusivity, because why would they even talk to one another if there was not?
Yeah. I mean, I've been talking
exclusivity there, so that tells me that he did something.
Well, they probably figured out they were printing the same product when one advertised on the net.
Yeah.
That's probably the only way they found it.
Hey, Joe.
Joe Cotton says, "Hey, Varian, loving the the hat.
That's like raccoon. Yeah, that's like raccoon.
Sup, sexy Lola, and luscious Randy's him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Luscious Randy.
Thanks,
we lost Luke, but he told me he's got bad weather coming through.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he's
like
fine.
He's in Florida. He's got himself a tropical storm happening.
Coming his way within the next few hours.
Yeah.
What's terrible is hearing about that on social media. They said that they wouldn't have known if it wasn't for social media, probably. So
yeah, imagine that happening.
Good or not?
Imagine at a con, Danny, you walk up to somebody and they got a book that you publish on their table, their trade dress, and you're like,
I've seen people do it with prints all the time. So this is just the next evolution.
Yeah, you've had that happen, Varian. You've walked into a store and seen a book you were supposed to publish suddenly up there on the guy's shelf.
Well, yeah, that happened, but my company's name was still on it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. You had just had nothing to do with printing it.
Right. I was like, and so that happened to me. Speaking of jokes, make sure you guys are tuning in to a movie that'll never come out. If you've seen this, High Voltage, True Story of Indie Volt. There it is. Look at that lovely cast of people. We got Usher, and this Usher's gonna play me. His raccoon hat. We got Angelina Valentine there as Lola. Lola, what do you think?
Wow.
What do you think? You think Angelina can pull you off?
The old me. Me right now, no. But maybe after I'm done fasting, yeah.
Okay, all right. I just thought it was funny.
Cast here. I love it. This is nice.
We got
that guy in the back. Is that Blake Sheldon?
No, that's Matt L. Jones. He'll be a great Eric, and we see Randy there, Jesse Body Ventura with no beard.
I have that chin too, by the way.
That's nice casting right there.
Yeah,
Good one.
we got Zule. The odd thing is we got Zule there as Felina, our weather girl, who should be debuting on the Breakfast Buzz this Thursday. But funny thing is that our weather girl has actually doubled for Zule in the movie. So there's a little bit of synchronicity. Is that what it is? So I'm gonna let you guys start talking about your comics, guys. If you can, make sure you put your
All right, so I'm going to drop out here because I do have a 9 o'clock meeting to get to here. So I was like, man, that Grift, boy.
Raging has the calm before the storm happening.
That Grift was awesome, and it hurts.
Denzel.
Usher very no, Denzel's too tall. Usher's too tall too, but it's either Usher or Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah. So let's start bringing us some books here. I want to remind everybody though, if you are making a book, if you are a curator, how you send that book in the mail is very important. I just got Neo Tokyo today. Packed really well in the Gemini mailer.
Sweet.
And if you need to get Gemini mailers, don't be afraid to contact Gemini Comic Supply Company on their website. Use the Indie Volt exclusive Volt 10 VOLT10. Save yourself 10% off on your Gemini mailers. No need to pay full price. Not when you're a friend of Indie Volt. So VOLT10 over there on Gemini Supply Company. Joe, we'll see you later. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for weighing in on the Grift King.
All right,
thanks, Joe.
Yeah, guys, if you can put your links to your campaigns in the private chat, I appreciate it because we're going to bring them up. And to Randy's going to be doing a lot of the board control because I may have to step out. If that happens, then at least Randy can control it. Or you can share your screen too.
You're going to be stepping out here soon?
No, I don't plan on it, but just in case.
I do. We probably should give us a quick tip of the hat to Brian over there at Gemini Mailers for watching out for us.
Yeah, appreciate that, Brian, and also
deeply appreciate it.
And
that code's open for anybody that wants to use it. Code 10 or Volt 10, get 10% off your Gemini Mailers.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Also, want to bring up the fact that Indie Volt Radio. Thank you guys. Right now, Indie Vote Radio 92,107.
Ooh, 92 so early in the show. This is awesome.
So thank you guys.
Tell your friends. Only 8,000 more, and Varian has to pay for more streaming.
Yeah. So ramen for everybody in the house.
I'm gonna start texting people.
That'll make Danny happy.
I take care of the radio station. I'm gonna start texting people.
There you go.
We can easily bring you 8 more people, Varian. So
there we are. Bring them in.
8 more. Facebook
92,000. Love all of you guys.
There are probably plenty of smaller publishers that have no idea how to write
Be
contracts.
careful what you say, or we'll lose China like that.
Assume because they agreed to publish, no one else can, which is only true if the contract says it's true. Very true. Very true. Let's look at some of these campaigns. We're going to start with one that I'm excited for. We're going to start with Danny J. Quick's Ace Blade. Here we go. Villain season. Shall I play the video? Is it okay if I play the video?
Yeah, sure. It's just me talking. Silly.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Danny J. Quick, and I'm here to talk to you about the 5th installment of our superhero comic book series, Ace Blade. And this one is called Villain Season. Okay? I've been writing comic books for about 10 years now, and sometimes it can get a little bit frustrating. And that's where Ace Blade is right now. He's frustrated. He's been doing this for almost a year. Sometimes I think we just aren't where we're supposed to be in the self-publishing journey. Sometimes, we see things online that make us mad. Sometimes we have setbacks. That's where Ace Blade is right now. So at this point, he's been fighting crime in Vegas City for almost a year, and he doesn't feel like he's made the impact that he wants to at this point. Yes, he's done some good things. He can see where he's saved people and he's helped out in the city, but there's still so much to do, and he's just kind of worn down at this point. Ace Blade doesn't have any superpowers, so fighting people like Blackjack and Hammer Hands and Roulette and Gutshot over and over and over again is kind of wearing down on him. And he's starting to get to that edge where he's just like, ugh! Then at the same time, in his real life, he's got to worry about paying the bills. Crime fighting ain't cheap. And as a business owner myself, I can relate to Ace Blade having to deal with paying a bill and also wanting to do the things that he wants to do. So this book is a 36-page special edition. So it's a $10 book, but we also have 4 variant covers, and we might add a 5th a little bit down the line. We also have hats, t-shirts, stickers, graded comics available for rewards if you're a collector. We also have versions of things for the villains if you like them. So if you're a fan of one of the villains, if you're a fan of Roulette or Blackjack or Hammer Hands, you can get a sticker for those guys too. So again, thank you for watching. Please share with your comic book loving friends, and I will see you next time.
There we go. Now, I like that because it was a.
Before you go any further, I gotta check out, guys.
Boo! All right, Lola. We'll see. Thanks for being here with us. At least getting the show, helping us get the show started.
Yeah, I'm sorry I have to leave. I have a show to go do.
Yeah, I know. Goodbye.
You guys can catch me tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Geekgasm. I will be there. You guys have a good night.
Go promote your book. Go promote your book. Hurry up.
Oh, she's got to go to another live stream?
She has to go promote her book, and, she can't be on the company she owns, co-owns.
Is that what it is?
And she's like, I got to go promote. So I do like, you know what? She told me, we knew a week in advance she was going to have to step out very early. It was either, but I told her she didn't have to come here today. But she was like, no, I want to be on the show. She just likes hearing her face, that's all. So Ace Blade Villain Season. Now, what I like about Ace Blade, Danny, is that he is a reluctant hero, really. I feel like when I read the book, he kind of became a hero reluctantly. And I just read a book today. A book I've been waiting for. I got it in the mail. It was I was kind of sad because I thought it was going to be much better than it was. And I can tell that the creator of the book, much like a lot of us here, they've lived with that character or those characters in their brain for a year. So they know those characters. They know them. They they know what they're thinking, they know their motivations. And sometimes when we're writing these characters, we're writing these books, we forget that the reader doesn't know these characters like we do. So this book kind of, the characters kind of had zero personality, but I didn't find that with Aceblade. He has a personality. He's flawed.
Flawed.
Yeah, he's we joke about I joked about him being in Vegas, but at the den of it, that's like so much corruption around Vegas. He's gonna be a busy guy. But villain season, you're pushing him a little bit more. You're pushing his moral fiber.
Yeah, I think so what I'm trying to do, yes, Vegas City. So one of the main themes of Aceblade is greed and corruption. And Vegas is a place where people go to win that quick money. They're willing to do almost anything to make a quick buck. And I just thought that it would be perfect setting for a superhero to deal with, what I see as a major problem in the world. And then in this fifth book, I wanted to make it a little more personal. So I decided to talk about like the frustrations of doing just your job. I know a lot of us indie creators, we run into walls where we get frustrated. We get frustrated with, the progress that we're making. I've been making comics for 7-8 years now, and I'm doing okay, but I always feel like we could be doing better. So, I can kind of relate to how Aceblade feels, fighting crime with no superpowers, and it always seems like the villains are getting tougher, but the job isn't getting any easier. So, I just wanted to do a little something, put Aceblade to the test. So I decided to put him up against all the all of his best villains right now, and see how he comes out of it.
You've got a couple of different things. You got the Aceblade hat, of which you were wearing on the one video. That hat looks cool.
Yeah, my daughter stole it from me though. I can't even find it.
Yeah, man, the theft is real, man. They just take stuff all the time. Aceblade socks.
Yeah, I had I had a few people ask for Aceblade socks, and I was like, well, let me see if I can find somebody that makes them, pretty cheap. So, but they're compression socks. They're a better quality sock than just a plain thing. And I was like, I'm a little overweight. I know I love my compression socks, so maybe other people, would kind of like that. So, I figured why not try something a little different.
Looks good. I think the campaign looks. I'm gonna pick it up. I like that shirt too back there, man.
Yeah, old Marcus Williams. He's one of those top tier, indie artists that always kills it. And we got him to do one of our variant covers, and I was like, yeah, I got to put this on a shirt. So we actually got three shirts that we have available, but that's the most requested one, so that's why it's on the graphic.
Yeah, we I think it's really cool that you again, like, and you got the t-shirts, and he's also got the I joke about you pulling off purple all the time, but
always
it's like there's an Aceblade purple. Is that true?
That's right. That's Aceblade purple. I'm trying to stay on brand here, man. I would have wore purple today, but I sweat through my I'm a little sick right now, and I kind of sweat through my shirt earlier, so I had to throw on the graphic design tee.
No, so this book is looking to ship in November 2021.
November and December.
Okay.
The pencils and inks are done. Miss Veronica Smith is working on colors now, and I'll be lettering it as the colors come in. And we've hit all of those hurdles early in our career where we were like, all right, this book is going to take a year to come out. This book took 18 months or whatever. But I decided to start to get a head start on the books so that they're mostly done by the time we go to Kickstarter, and cut down that time for that wait time for backers. So hopefully it works out for us.
You've got a lot of stuff in here. He's shipping anywhere in the world. So our radio listeners, I joke about this, but guys, make him regret that. I want to see Danny sad. Nothing brings me more joy than knowing that Danny had to go to the post office and take out a third mortgage on his home.
I shipped books to Puerto Rico. I shipped books to Australia, and dang, where was the other one? I think it was Puerto Rico. And I was just like, bruh, why is it so expensive to send anywhere but here, man? It's really ridiculous. So I'll be happy to do it. You know, sometimes I have to have to take that little loss, but I don't mind if we can, you know, get books to people all over the world. I love it.
I guys, go over there and check it out. It's on Kickstarter. Now Danny has he's fulfilled before, so he's not. It's not him like trying to figure out how this goes. He's done a lot of combos. Now this will be the first one like on Fourth World, like by itself, correct?
We did actually I don't know if you know, but we were with Short Fuse Media Group for a while.
Yeah.
And we actually didn't put a book out with Short Fuse. We got the trade funded in 2018, and then we joined Short Fuse, and we were developing projects. Me and Morgan Iverson, he was working on Lumberjacks, and it just didn't come to fruition before they closed down. And it happens like that sometimes. So this is the first Ace Blade title in 3 years, and it's the biggest and best one yet, I think.
And I remember this. I have to get my art to Danny. He commissioned me for a piece, and my colorist that I'm using for it has not got it back to me yet.
I wasn't gonna bring that up, Barry. I wasn't gonna bring it up.
I'm going to. No, I just thought about it. I'm like, I'm going to definitely rattle their cage and say, hey, man, come on. I at least get it. Like, at least throw a trading card in there or something.
I've been wanting to commission you for a while, so I was like, yeah, this is the perfect opportunity.
And, I will reach out to him and see where he's at with the colors, because even the black and white, I can scan the black and white. I fixed my scanner. I can scan the black and white and send it to you.
Hey, no problem, man. You know, I'm a patient guy. If I could wait 3 years for Short Fuse, I can wait a couple months. I can wait a couple months for Barry.
Yeah. Villain Season, Ace Blade number 1 through 5, Villain Season over on Kickstarter. You got 29 days to go over there. 139 back. He's past his goal. His goal is 5,400. 5,896 where he's at. So go over there and check it out today. Go over there right now and do it. We're gonna, and it's in the link for it is in the description of the video as well. Yeah, good stuff. Randy, could you bring up some next time? I gotta step away for just a second.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Whoever you choose. Morgan Iverson is in the chat. That's way be politically correct, bro.
Say what now?
Morgan knows the story behind it. It was me and him. He's the creator of Lumberjacks, and it got tough sometimes with Short Fuse, but you know, I don't like to throw anybody under the bus. They did the best they could, and things will get straightened out. I'm not worried about it.
We used to the Short Fuses. They were located here in Michigan for a very long time. So right here, like they were in Southfield. My first office for my comic company was in Southfield. As a matter of fact, INDIE is opening up a studio. Oops, did I drop that knowledge? Did I drop that information? We're gonna open up a studio, and it's going to we're looking at Southfield. I tried to look around me. The problem is I live in the suburbs, and everything around me is that I would need for that is expensive. I went to one place. I said, how much is rent? Oh, well, this particular place, yeah. I'm getting about $250 per square foot. $250 per square foot. I said, you can smell the trust fund when I walked in the room.
You said, I'll take 2 square feet, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was like, I'm gonna go over to not quite the burbs. I'm gonna start leaving and see what I can get elsewhere. But yeah, so it's very fun. Randy, Before I do step away, though, I want to remind everybody too. I just got some more people signed up today. IndieVoteAwards.com. If you have not submitted your book, do so. We're getting ready to close up the submissions. Indie Vote Awards, September 18th, 2021. It's a live event. It's going to be the Oscars for comic book, independent comic book awards. It's going to be a live event. You can be there. You can come. It's going to be streamed live online as well. We're very excited about it. Randy, I can run the bumper and step out, and then you can take over as soon as we finish with the bumper.
I can do that. All right. You got it? You want me to run it?
I got it. I can run it right here. Here we go. Right here.
That always ends so abruptly. That's the Indie Volt Awards, the Independent Comic Awards. You want to go over to IndieVoltAwards.com for more information over on that. Please do. The show is going to be September 18th. We're going to be broadcasting it. Dave & Buster's is going to be broadcasting it. It'll be here on Facebook, all of the Indie Volt Radio Network. And this is our way of raising awareness for the quality of independent and alternative comics. There are so many of these great books that are out there now that very, very few people get to see everything. And it's we really want to point out some of the better quality books. This is a judged event, not a popularity contest. It's not a series of bad, poorly produced podcasts on the net. This is an official award show at Dave & Buster's. They're very happy to sponsor us. It's been in the works for about 2.5, 3 years.
That's pretty cool.
Got stalled by the pandemic a little bit, and Varian wasn't going to do it. He was going to move on with it. And then as soon as things started to lighten up here in Michigan, Dave & Buster's was on him, like going, we want to do this awards event. We really want to do it. So
where's that gonna be at?
Right at Dave & Buster's here in Sterling Heights.
Sterling Heights, gotcha.
Yeah, not too far away from where Varian lives, actually. So.
Gotcha.
But yeah, but the next year's will be at a different Dave & Buster's. Who knows where that's going to be? Because they have places all over the continent. So
I love that idea. I'm gonna try to get this book
looking forward to that.
So I can submit it. I wanted to say thank you for having me. I went and I looked at everybody's projects and I couldn't help but back them because they all look great. I love that Sapphire Spectre. I'd never heard of it until today. But I love the look of it and I can't wait. I'm proud of y'all and all your books look amazing, but I got to go upstairs and get my daughter.
Thank you. I'm definitely
Danny, you got to step out too. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. Are you coming back or?
I'm gonna try to get back. Depends on what the baby girl wants, but
understood. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome back if you can make it back. So
absolutely.
Good talking to you. Good luck on your book. So. All right. Well, let's see. We've got that Sapphire Spectre book that we can pull up right now. Actually, let's do that.
It's a me, a JTO.
That's a you. Boom! There it is.
Hey,
Sapphire Spectre issue 2.
Issue Dose. Issue 1 is an add-on too. For that, if anybody wants to check it out too. So, but yeah, so I might as well play the video, I guess, to start it off.
We can do that.
I spent about 5 days on this. It's pretty fun. I go all out on the videos. I'm a video editor 9 to 5, so
go.
Hey, quick reintroduction. Alive, Sylvia Sloan, dead, Sapphire Spectre. Now, just wanted to take this time to thank everyone who backed issue number 1. We were floored by the turnout and the response, and we had a blast fulfilling it. And oh man, you guys are gonna love issue 2 even more because I finally meet and fight my ultimate nemesis, the Violet Void.
Hey, Senpai! Silly Senpai, you don't fight Violet Void until issue 3. You get to hang with me in issue 2.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I know. I just forgot.
Don't worry, I'll show off the interiors. Exposition power, go! I'm the world with the durability. I'm reading back up in my eyes, but the building of the prize when I step around the corner tonight.
Anyway, it's gonna be an amazing second issue. Series creator JT Malloy is done writing and drawing already, including a new backup story that continues the Cab Driver saga. So now let's talk covers. We've got a murderous row of creators doing variant covers this time, and the results are astounding. I cannot even believe the quality on display here. We have so many rad rewards for you all too, and of course, as always, it's all mailed in Gemini's. We are ready to keep this series going. We have so many stories to tell.
Yeah, but this is the fast one.
Shut up, weeb. Hey, JT, what's a weeb?
I don't know. I'm like almost 40.
Oh.
Sapphire Spectre. Tell us about the character, JT.
That was a fun video to do. The elevator pitch version is that she's Sylvia Sloan, a girl from Chicago. When she was 18, a demon/ghost hybrid murdered her and her family. She survived, and like the universe, God, whatever you want to believe, it's kind of an agnostic ghost story, brought her back to life, and now she has the ability to die whenever she wants. And she leaves her body, almost Doctor Strange like astral projection kind of thing, into the spirit world as the Sapphire Spectre. And she fights evil ghosts and demons and God knows what over there, and then comes back into her body and she's alive again. So that's kind of the meat and potatoes of it. And there's like a bigger story unfolding as it goes. So
cool.
And in this issue 2, she fights like a 2.5 foot chibi version of herself that is like dressing up like her and claims to be her biggest fan, almost like a Batmite kind of thing, like Batmite, Mr. Mrs. Spitlick kind of thing. Okay. So there's this tiny cartoon ghost pestering her, and we got to find out what her deal is. Like, she might not be what she seems. So yeah, it's pretty fun though. But oh my god, these covers are amazing. Shout out to David Fott, who's in the hospital right now. Yeah, he was going through a little something. So
sorry to hear that.
Thoughts and prayers for that guy. And
yeah.
Ashley Witter above him. Been friends with her for a number of years now. Warriors and Scorch are both amazing comics. And Steph Wilson has done like everything ever. I just like, for his credits, I just put everything because he's just a rock star in his own right. And it was just awesome. So yeah, that was my cover with the chibi. And if you look in the little greeting card there, it's too small to read, but it says like roses are red, sapphires are blue, or roses are red, sapphires are blue. I love you so much, I'm gonna kill you. So she's got her bound to a chair there. And then if you go down a bit, there's some cosplay covers by a good friend of mine, Harley Quinn SLC. That's Harley Quinn _ SLC on Instagram. And yeah, she's just awesome. Just a really nice girl. She streams on Twitch as really gorgeous, the #1. And yeah, those turn out great. And she just nailed the character. And then one more under that is an add-on I did, which is a homage to J. Scott Campbell's Amazing Spider-Man ASM.
Oh yeah,
601. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun because I homaged 300 on my first issue, and I was like, I want to do another Spider-Man one. Oh, I should do this one because that was in the news recently again. So
right,
I was like, it might be fun. So, but yeah, there's some really cool tiers, some really cool rewards have been unlocked so far, and yeah, it's just a fun comic, and it's funny and scary in equal parts, and it's got like it's probably like somewhere between that fine line between PG-13 and R, you know. So there's not any hard nudity, but Like, you might see a ghost head get chopped off or something, and a bunch of ghost blood fly everywhere, that kind of thing. So,
ghost blood, does it glow in the dark?
It does.
Okay. Had to ask.
This is a comic I can never do in black and white, just because color is such a color and glowing is such a defining aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
I could do some Kirby Crackle or something, but it's not the same thing.
I hear you.
So, yeah, it was fun. And then there's still
all sorts of different cover selections for issue 1 as well.
Yeah, there's the Kara Nicole
as add-ons. Yeah,
and a couple other things. She and Alfred Trujillo were super helpful in getting that first one off the ground, and now I kind of know what I'm doing, and I'm a little more prepared for the second one. So
cool.
Yeah,
everybody, that's the Sapphire Spectre issue 2, available on Kickstarter. Second issue of Sapphire Spectre, a supernatural superheroine.
I like that. The S's. Sylvia Sloan, supernatural superhero, Sapphire Spectre. That's just so much alliteration. It's ridiculous.
Double letters seem to be a comic, specialty.
I definitely want to keep up with that.
Yeah, I hear you. Anything else you want to tell us about Sapphire Spectre?
It's
available over on Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm. And I am going to. I've been working on like a prequel of graphic novels for almost a decade now, and it's going to be like 400 pages or something. So I might try and do that as some giant thing all at once after a couple issues of this. So that's going to be really fun.
You're at $8,107 with 169 backers. You only have 11 days left in your campaign.
Yep.
11 short days.
11 short days. 2 short days.
Yeah, it's always short when it's with this. Feels long, but it's short and long at the same time. It's crazy.
That's what he said.
Right.
Yeah, I'm back partially. Isn't this nice?
You're only partially back. Okay. Yeah. That's okay, because we're going to move on to Livid Comics.
I'm livid.
Let's all be livid.
Fully funded 8 hours.
This is Joel. Is that how you pronounce that?
You got it right, sir. That's. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I think you're talking about the title.
I'm Joel. the title's pronounced Yule, like Yule log.
Yule.
Yeah.
Yule issue 1. 8-year-old Will discovers a cube that teleports him to an unknown dimension between home and the North Pole in a fantasy thriller comic. You're looking for 1,000. You got 2,766 backers. 14 days to go. Only 14 days to go. Tell us about Yule.
So Yule follows, as the description mentioned there, it follows Will Sheldon. He's an 8-year-old boy. He finds this device, this ancient artifact in the back of an antique shop. It's called the Kasi. It actually is something that Santa Claus used to use to suspend time so he could deliver gifts around the world in a single night. And Will gets this device in his possession. In a fit of rage, he actually triggers the thing. What he'll find out is that it not only suspends time, it can time travel and travel through different dimensions. So he ends up teleporting himself to this dimension between his home and the North Pole, finds himself in a battle of good versus evil. And what he needs to do is he needs to get this Kasi to safety, but also essentially save the world. There's an evil half elf named Ragnar that is coming for the Kasi and will do whatever it takes to get possession of it. So issue 1 really gets Will into this world. The concept was I wanted to have a kid get stranded at the North Pole, but have it be scary. So I was thinking on the outskirts, but then we shifted to a different dimension. But over the series, the evil elf will be coming for the Kasi. Will try to get some help along the way and essentially save the world. So it's a mix of horror, sci-fi, thriller. There's going to be some comedy sprinkled in, and something Joel and I, always talk about is mixing those genres to really fit the story together. So that's the elevator pitch, and we're pretty excited for issue 1. Like I said, it's Will getting possession of the Cassie, getting into this world and getting the story going. So
that's cool. That's really unique. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a good, unique idea. How many pages is the first issue?
22. I don't know if you want to play the trailer too. I know everyone. It's we're pretty. Yeah, we're pretty happy with the trailer. So it tells better than how I could probably talk. So
everything's good on it.
Yeah,
you're
good.
All right, here we go.
The audio's not on.
Well, let's try that again.
Yeah, you probably forgot to share the audio, but
I did in pure classy fashion. That's right. Professionalism, folks.
It's okay. It happens. It happens to the best of us. It's happened to me before. Yeah.
Yeah, just setting it up real quick too. Our buddy Scotty made the Wonder Woman '84 trailer. He put this together out in LA. So
good call. Sweet. All right, let's rewind that and run it again. Can you hear it now?
Yep.
Awesome. Issue 1 available this spring.
Yeah, printing delays kind of threw that off a bit. The book's been done, but
book is done.
Yeah.
I had something like that happen right at the start of the book. I had some books that I had printed overseas get stranded. So printing delays happen. Sometimes people make mistakes. The printers can make mistakes. Randy knows about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that happens. Just part of life.
So that antique shop page they had back there up at the top, that's an homage to Friday the 13th, the series, if you guys ever saw that show.
Okay.
So the intro had the waving monkey, right? So that's in there. It's actually a 2-page spread. It has like the glass jar that shatters with those intro credits. I was a huge fan of that show as a kid, so I had real fun with the antique shop and trying to make it look like Curious Goods from the Friday the 13th series was kind of cool. So
yeah, I was always upset about that series. My aunt, growing up, my aunt, she lived with us, and to this day, she loves her horror movies. She loves scary movies. That's all she buys, like on DVD and Blu-ray. But when I was young, she's like, "Oh, there's a Friday the 13th series." I'm thinking, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
No, never got that. Always,
Yeah,
that was a good show. It was a cool show. It was a Canadian produced show. It was pretty cool. I wish they'd maybe do a relaunch of it, but not do it cheesy modern. But it'd be cool to see something come back around with that.
Yeah. I just as a kid, you're thinking Jason. It never was. Oh
No.
man.
I don't know how they got away with that name, man. Like how they got the rights to that. That's crazy. Like I don't know how they.
I think just because Friday the 13th is a theme, like
Yeah.
they could. But also there was a Nightmare on Elm Street series I found out about.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how that worked out. I understand though that I think I read that Freddy was more of a Crypt Keeper type on there as well.
Huh.
Like he told you the story you're gonna watch. It's like, oh, this is weak. I want to see Freddy kill people. Come on.
Right.
There was like an episode that like dealt with his origin though.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yes. Yeah. That's a
It's
little
been
bit.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Keep in mind though, I mean, I grew up in an era where Generation X. I remember staying up for that and getting my food together. My mom, dad, I need this, and watching that movie and realizing that, oh, Jubilee's a young Jewish girl. Okay, all right, that's weird. Oh, is that a button?
That's a yo-yo. The
It's a
kids are
yo-yo.
Yeah, man. My kids are super excited about the yo-yo, so they're pumped about that. So. Yeah, the kids love the yo-yo.
I think
So you passed that on your stretch goal. So everybody's
Yeah, we
getting a
sure
yo-yo?
did. Yep, sure did. Yeah,
Oh.
that's exciting. Yep. So the cool thing, you know, 25 or more, you get the yo-yo, you get the patch, and we're getting ready to unlock the second variant cover, which is that horizontal cover. I think that's on there. If you scroll down a little bit, it's at the $3,000 stretch goal. So if you did 25 or more, you're going to get another copy of the book, no additional charge. I wanted to do a horizontal cover. I like that. It's something different, right? So we see the monster on that cover, but we were trying to hide him a lot in the book until that reveal. But yeah, whatever. I threw him on the cover. So there you go.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, as we've been, the trailer has it, so it's like, all right, well, I guess we can show more than just his claws now. So, yeah, the other thing I would throw in there too, in relation to the concept of the story that I didn't mention, is the Kasi, the cube. It feeds off emotion, so there's a deeper rooted story beyond just what I mentioned. It's a kid trying to overcome his anger issues. So that was important to me because I have a 7-year-old son, and he does have some anger issues, and I just want to show kids that there can be light at the end of the tunnel. Obviously, the end of this 5-issue story arc, he's going to, spoiler alert, probably overcome the anger issues, right? And it's I mentioned it's a horror story, but I've used the example of Harry Potter, where there's a lot of scary scenes, but it's family friendly. There's not going to be cursing or there's a little bit of blood, but nothing crazy, no gore or anything like that. So it's a really good family friendly horror thriller series.
Yeah, he can go a lot of different directions with that Kasi too. So we made it so he could go to different dimensions, different time, and that was a little bit of my own selfish desire to sprinkle some of that in too, because I said, hey man, maybe he lands in a world where it's entirely done in crayon. So maybe I do a couple of pages that are done just solely in crayon, just so I can flex my artistic might there a little bit, So that was kind of it. But we tie in all kinds of crazy things. Like I'm a huge Ancient Aliens fan, alternative Earth history fan. So we really wanted to sprinkle that in. So when he travels through these different places, he might end up in Chichen Itza or Tikal or all these other weird ancient places, and he accidentally writes some of the history that we know today and take for granted. So we're going to have that sprinkled in here and there, and some Easter eggs like that. You go, oh, no kidding, he did that. So it's kind of fun. So it's a little bit of a history lesson too in there. It's subtle, but it's in there.
Cool. Cool.
This is a Kickstarter exclusive cover right there with the sleigh. So that's $25 and up. Anyone on Kickstarter will get that, and it's only going to be available through the Kickstarter campaign. So, and if you can scroll down to the stretch goals, just for anyone that's watching here, so they can get a little bit of a preview for book 2. Book 1, you don't see the villain because it's getting Will into this world and setting things up. But this right here, the villain is to his left, below the, we call them smoke dragons, below that creature. So yes, that's the main villain, Ragnar there. When Joel sent me the pictures of him, I got a hardcore Night King vibe, and I just fell in love. But these are a lot of these characters you don't even meet till issue 2. So a little bit of a spoiler there.
Cool.
Yeah, that's my homage to Drew Struzan too. So I'm a big Drew Struzan fan. So that's like his posters, right? So that's kind of my attempt at a Drew Struzan, right? So I don't know if you can copy him, but that's my stab at it.
Now, for our radio audience, if they're looking for that on Kickstarter, Yule is spelled Jol.
Yep. Well, they can search Livid Comics too. Come right up on Livid Comics. We're the only one.
Comics. LIVD. Livid. Don't go looking for Vivid Comics.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
You look those up, you might not find what you're.
It's just pronounced Joel, though.
Yule.
Oh, Yule. Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, there's a little bit of science to that. We wanted that. The reason for the title, we wanted something short that kids could spell and write easy. We got young kids that learn how to read and write, so we figured that all the kids could write 3 letters, right? And we're also thinking about placement on the racks at the LCS. So when I go to the store, my daughter, she's 6. So I can see the A titles. She can't see them. They're too high on the shelf. I can't see the Z titles. I'm old and get hard for me to bend down and get down there to see them. I will, but they're hard to see. So we wanted something, kind of in the middle of the alphabet too. So it falls in the middle because we're looking to appeal to those kids that are, 7 to 13, somewhere in that range. But the story's compelling enough that hopefully mom and dad hang with it too. Right. So because I'm reading books to my kids and I've read plenty of terrible books to them, and I want something that's engaging to me also. So that was kind of the idea, is we wanted it to be something that appeals to kids, but mom and dad can hang with it and kind of get interested in it too.
Yeah, that's cool. Like I love stuff like that. Like my cousin Kevin Folliard writes a whole bunch of young adult kind of horror stuff aimed for like 13 to 14, 12, kind of that area, young adult stuff.
Yep.
Adolescent stuff. And sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, but that's cool because I remember watching like Batman the Animated Series when I was a kid, and it was like I felt like that show didn't talk down to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wasn't watching something that was like, oh, made for kids. It was like it wasn't adult, but it also like didn't insult your intelligence. Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah, my 6-year-old daughter reads it. She hangs with it. It's fine for her. She wasn't freaked out about it or anything. We're going darker on another title that's definitely going to be 13 plus. So we'll get to that later. But yeah, the book. The cool thing is the book is done. Like I have one in hand here, so the book is actually ready to go. And to your point you mentioned earlier, about shipping things properly, Gemini mailers definitely there too. We're going with a custom backer, so we have our own Livid Comics backer that's on the book that comes with it. The bag is going to be Livid Comics bag exclusive to that also, and even we got Livid Comics tissue paper that they're going to be wrapped in. So we really wanted the whole thing to be an art experience. I liken it to like Apple when you buy an Apple device. The whole packaging when you're opening it. Everything like that is a part of the experience. So we want you, as you're unwrapping it, that the packaging in of itself is the art, including the Gemini mailer. So that's part of it too.
Sure.
Do you have any of the stickers right there, Joel? Or no?
It was, but I think a gust of wind blew it away. I'm outside. I'm out on the porch, so yeah, it blew it away a little bit. But yeah, it's cool. It's a hologram sticker, so we did that. The die cut and everything. So it's pretty rad. Pretty pumped about that. But you could see it on Livid Comics on our Facebook page too. The stickers are up there.
And again, for our radio audience, that's Yule, spelt Jol, or go under Livid Comics. Take a look at that. Still available.
Randy?
Yeah.
I got an email here from Austin. And Austin says, Austin, for everyone listening, Austin is the gentleman who received Grift King. Okay.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, he's wrote in and he said, he is simply trying to get as many eyes on his product as possible, and he does not see. Let me read it. I do not see the big issue with making sure that the publishers are competing to see who can serve me best as a creator. They now will have to hustle for sales and be the best seller of my product. And that's from Austin. Thanks, Austin.
Yeah, thanks for writing in. I'm glad you're listening.
Yeah. I don't have the ability to play the Grift King link again, but
oh, did you want to? I could do that.
Yeah.
Here we go. There we are.
We joke about it, but Austin, it's kind of wrong. I don't even want to say kinda. I mean, it is wrong. I mean, you got publishers thinking that they're the only person moving your book. That's wrong, Austin. Maybe like you might owe these guys an explanation. That's all. I'll leave it there.
Did he say if there were more than 3?
He did.
Okay. He's curious.
he sent in the email, and I wanted to read it before. Yeah.
Well, that's
let's go DIY, man.
Got to cover all those bases.
No, he is. He's doing do it yourself distribution, basically.
I don't know if he's doing it himself. He's doing it through 3 publishers.
Oh yeah. Speaking of distribution, Randy, did you know that I own a distribution company? He's like, what?
No,
you didn't know that? You didn't know I own a distribution company? You didn't know that? Okay.
I got I think a little video here.
Hey, it's Belle from Liberty Entertainment Distribution. We've got quality indie comics in hand ready to ship to you now. Yes, really. And it gets better. At Liberty, publishers set their own wholesale pricing, and we don't take any fees, so don't wait. Call or visit me today at ledg.us or call 1-800-525-2091.
Yes. Yeah, she is my.
That's from Liberty herself.
Yeah, sweet Belle. Yeah.
Sweet Belle.
Yeah. See, now that's what you could have did, Austin. You could have contacted me, and I would have got your book out there. The one publisher instead of 3.
Well, he wouldn't have had those 2 other advance payments, though.
Oh, yeah. That would have sucked. Yeah.
Now they're all going to have to work 3 times as hard in order to get that advance back.
Yeah. Watch. We're going to have hashtag Austin did nothing wrong. Watch. By tomorrow morning, someone's going to hashtag. It's going to be hashtag Austin was right.
Well, I don't know. I guess we're going to leave that for the audience to decide. If you have some an opinion on this, we welcome it. So make sure you drop us an email or send us a line. You can always contact us at, he said right there, boom. You can always contact us at IndieVolt Live at indievolt.com.
That's right.
Always interested in your comments or suggestions on anything that we play on this program.
Yeah. I did email Austin back and tell him that he's welcome to come on as a guest and talk about what he is accused of having done. So
yeah,
he can always come on and talk about it.
Bring a gavel.
Yeah, we keep talking about Randy being the comic book judge. We're gonna get that started very soon.
One of those white powdered English wigs and a gavel and a robe, and you're out of order.
There you go. Hashtag Austin is wrong.
Austin is wrong. Yeah.
Objection. Yeah, Austin was wrong.
Austin was wrong.
Yeah. You know, if you're gonna marry 3 women, at least tell them all.
I'm kind of interested to see this book. I don't know about you guys, but that's going to pique my interest at this point. So, yeah.
Would you want all 3 different versions?
I might at this point because it's really piqued my curiosity. I mean, there's such a story to it now. It's got like
it's a collector's item.
Yeah, it's got a legend to it now.
Think of all the publicity that this is generating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you've heard of variant covers. These are variant publishers.
Yeah, variant
next level. Don't tell Marvel; they'll be right up on that. So
yeah, they will. Heck yeah.
You got to get those 3 comic book frames, together. Like, imagine, like when we're all older. Hey, Grandpa, why do you got that book up there? Sit down, son. Let me tell you a story about Austin.
CGC is going to have a 3 slab, thing to put it in. They're going to customize
there
it.
There you go. I'm sure they're working on that custom frame right now.
There you go.
Revolutionizing the industry right now.
I love it.
Version 1's a 9.4. Version 2's a 9.6. Version 3 is an 8.2. What's up with that?
Throw an 0.5 in there just to keep it real, right? Just something that's seen the war,
Yeah.
Flared spine, little
shot, burned.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man,
Randy, 98,402 listening right now.
1,600. That's all we need. 1,600 more listeners. Here we go.
I told you we bring 8 people at least. So.
Yeah. Is that a record for us? I'm pretty sure it is. 98,604.
Yeah, it's up there. So
we appreciate everyone that's listening, no matter how they're listening or watching us. So If you are watching us on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, hit that love button.
The care button.
If you're so inclined, the care button. Yeah.
And then are we going to look at Rammer?
Are we going to look at Rammer? We can look at Rammer.
Let's look at Rammer from Mr. Santini.
That's a Charles has been here patient this whole time.
What? Oh yeah. Oh okay.
What?
Yeah. Thanks.
What?
Yeah, he's totally.
Sorry.
He's checked out on us. I see how he is. He was here for FaceTime. You know, I was looking at a mansion. This guy does these videos, and he walks through mansions and talks about them. They're normally for sale, and you know, it's kind of like Life's House.
I usually watch the abandoned ones.
And I'm looking at these mansions, and the guy he comes across, and the family who lives there, they're selling the house, but their last name was Santino. And they had a family crest. It was out in L.A. and they put their crest throughout like all over the house. They're asking $45 million for the mansion.
Yeah, probably not relatives.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, yeah, Charles, and you know those Santino, do I need to kidnap you?
It's actually a relatively common name, even as a first name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
William Pay says, I will not be touching your love button.
Oh, no.
That's fine, William. Got to do what you got to do.
Raging ABC says, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the damn subscribe button. That's right. Subscribe. Our subscribers have been growing, too. We did a couple of hard-hitting shows. We did the Unearthed doc, and we did the one special issues last week where I talked about the list. And I'm seeing our subscribers grow from that. So I'm going to keep pushing the envelope a bit here.
Raging, just real quick, if you indulge me, Raging AVC also said the little story in the back of Sapphire Spectre 1 had me right in the feels. And I assume the dog story. And that was a challenge for me. I wanted to see if I could make somebody cry in 2 pages. So
I seen someone cry on 1 page before. It was they opened their check. That's what happened. Reduce the tears.
Pennies? What do you mean?
Rammer. Yeah.
Go ahead. You seen what?
Oh, I was saying I've seen some creatives reduce the tears when they get their royalties too. That's
what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, some of them are actually happy. Like, yeah, I made it. Look at my 85-cent quarterly return.
Yeah, from Comixology.
Yeah, it was from the publisher directly. But
that was direct from the publisher, though.
Yeah.
That included his vast Comixology fortune.
Yeah.
Rammer, RAMMUR, available in Indiegogo. Rammer #1.
In demand.
In demand. You're currently sitting at 1,227.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great book. Tell us about it.
Yourself.
Well, the shortest elevator pitch in entertainment. He is a master thief in a future police state. And we were talking about the Batman animated stuff before. That's really the inspiration for the look of this.
Yeah.
A simple, clean style. This is Paulo Perez. He's a Brazilian artist. He's doing pencils, inks, and colors on the main story, which is 24 pages. The book is done. All the stories are self-contained. 2 Rammer stories, this 24-page story, and there's a 6-page backup story. And then the comic within the comic, Tops Tales of the Police State. These are funky little and depressing vignettes about life in a future police state. And hopefully we're going to run that video up top, right?
We are going to run that video up top. Right now, we're just kind of scanning the campaign.
That art is very nice. That's cool.
There's
Like
the tops right there.
It evokes Tim without like actually, being like a clone of him or anything.
I absolutely love that style because that to me is comics.
My favorite artist working who had worked in that style is Rick Burchett.
Mm-hmm.
He did quite a few of those Batmans.
Yeah, he did a lot of the animated comics in general. Yep. Yeah. There's a copy of Rammer Zero, cover for Rammer Zero, promotional giveaway.
Still available, 19 pages. All free.
Nice.
Ram on. Let's hear it for the perp.
Table of contents, and that's Rammer in his Bolero jacket mode.
There's missing from this campaign is a Rammer action figure, which Charles has promised me one day may show itself.
Yes, that would be
That'll
cool.
happen. This is this is one of the perks. It's also a page inside the book as a pinup page. This is a propaganda poster. The artist is Matt Chick. He's based in New York. Dominatra, nicknamed Domi, is the big sister of the future police state. She may or may not be a real person, but her image is everywhere. The police state is the GFA, the Global Freedom Authority. That's their creepy flag in the background. And there's another depiction of her by a different artist, Dave Barden. A couple of robot cops in the background. There's our flag again. And this is the cover of the comic, inside the comic, Topps Tales of the Police State. 2 stories, 4 pages, and 2 pages self-contained. They are short, but they are depressing.
Nice.
This might have been a cover for number 2, but probably not. It'll probably be just, probably it will be the cover of Rammer 1.5, which will be the next freebie. And it became obvious as I put number 2 together, which is almost done, that he's going to be fighting a lot of robots.
One of my favorite things.
Yeah, Magnus Robot Fighters is another influence.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that little
great
propaganda thing. That kind of reminds me of Metropolis.
Yeah,
it does.
a bunch of people said that, and all I gave that artist Matt Chick was a different rendering of the that character, the words "Domi loves you" and the flag, and I said go to town, and that's what he came up with.
Cool.
And one of the perks is a signed version of this. It'll be a mini poster.
Nice.
Sweet. And let's run that great video. And that's Rammer, Rammur, number 1, available in demand on Indiegogo.
Yeah, Marco Perugini, an Italian artist who did a backup story in Rammer number 1, put that video together for me. I gave him Paulo's art, the music, and the words, and he went to town. He did a great job.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is already published by my British publisher, Marcosia. It's on Comixology and Drive-Thru Comics. $2.99 for the digital version of this. And Harry Marcos, who's an incredible guy, allowed me to do the crowdfunding for this and create a print version.
Cool. And you have a number of tiers.
Yeah, not too many. No variant covers, unlike Phil Russert, who had, 24 variant covers. There are 0 variant covers, except for the cover within the book. The number 0 cover is in there. You've got the comic signed by me, 48 pages, shipping included in the USA. You can get the comic plus a sketch, an original art sketch by Paulo. You can get the comic and the Dami poster signed by Matt Chick, or you can get the comic and both of those things. That's it. I could not make it any simpler.
Cool.
Nice.
Only because I just can't keep all this stuff straight myself. Administrating these things is a nightmare, so I decided I would make a virtue of simplicity here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I think that's it's almost people expect you not to have 4 and 5 different covers, which is fine. If you don't have my ego, which is like, yo, I'll do 4 or 5 covers. I'm gonna do them all myself. You know, I was gonna say too, and I don't want to take away from Charles' book here, but I got another email from someone. I figured we could talk about this on special issues this coming Sunday. But if you have a artist, especially a well-known artist, at a show, do a commission. Someone's got fireworks in the background. Sounds pretty cool. That or this gang violence. I'm not sure. But there's if you have a well-known artist at a con, draw your character. Hey, do a commission for you. Folks, remember that does not give you permission to have it colored and use it as a cover for your book. I know it's legally gray, but in the court of public opinion, yikes. And,
how about the cover? How about the cover for your book published by 3 different publishers?
Yeah. You can get that done. Dude, that's that might be legally that might not be as gray as we think. That might be but yeah, we had that. Someone wrote in about that too, and like I got Mike Grell. Mike Grell drew my character, and I'm like, oh man, I really want to use this at some point, and I'm like, I might have to reach out to Mike and ask him, can I reprint it or at least include it as art in the book or something, so people can see it, but to use it as a cover, that would be wrong, I feel, without Mike's permission, obviously.
Yeah, and save that email giving you permission.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, too. Yep.
Oh yeah.
No last minute surprises.
Yeah.
Pop says he's really proud to be backer number 1 on Rammer.
He was backer number 1. He was all over it.
Don't let you forget it.
Yeah.
Now, Charles, you've been in the industry for quite a while. Although to some you might be considered an amateur. I don't know. We talked about that though. What? I know you got this issue of Rammer. There's gonna be more follow-ups though.
Yeah.
Where are you at on that?
Number 2 is almost done, and Paulo has just started drawing number 3. I've started writing number 4, so I'm going to put out as many of these as people will keep throwing money at. These are really simple, straightforward stories, self-contained stories. They are heist stories, caper stories. They are crime stories. Rammer's a pretty straightforward guy. He's got 2 things on his mind: money and women. Those are his interests in that order, because he figures the money will get you the women, but it very rarely works the other way.
I also want to take this time to leak out some Rammer information. The sequel to Rammer is going to be called Rammer No More, followed by the third one, Rammer No More No Longer. I bring that up. There was a Western.
Totally made up.
Yeah, totally made up. I'm just. Okay, listen, we got this covered. It gets clicks, man. Okay, so if I got to start lying about you guys' books, I'm going to do it.
It's got an album called "Please Rammer, Don't Hurt Him."
Yeah.
Let's talk about ratings here. This is PG-13. There's a little bit of comic book violence, tiny bit of blood, no gore, nothing like that. Any sex is off camera. The cussing might be hell and damn, but that's about it. But the style is very simple, but the stories are simple, but I think deep with meaning.
And
this is like the like you said with Magnus the Robot Fighter and even Judge Dredd. It's got social commentary in there as well as a lot of action and adventure, a lot of fun.
Yeah, I see him as a Judge Dredd perp, except maybe cooler, and he could probably kick Dredd's ass, I think.
Uh-oh.
Shots fired, right?
Yeah. Now, I think I asked you this before. Since my head's been in casting lately, who's Rammer in the movie?
Probably The Rock. Might be a little old by the time we're ready, but I see it as an animated either a series or a feature.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that phone call from Warner Brothers. I've given them everything they need here.
We'll just I'll tell you what. I'll pitch it to Warner Brothers for you. I just need 75% of the box office gross.
Done.
All right.
Yeah, we should warn people though that if they're afraid of a little bit of testosterone, if they think that macho is a dirty word, this is probably not going to be the comic for them. This is old school He-Man pulp.
Old school good stuff. And it's going to come on newsprint.
Newsprint,
Can't
yes.
wait to read
the way
it.
comics were meant to smell.
Nice.
That's the part about this whole thing that breaks my heart. Yeah, the running gag on this show.
I know you have a problem with that, Varian, but
I still backed it.
I've explained on other streams with you that I will personally shellac your copy.
Mm-hmm. I need mine on that nice glossy material. Shellac it, throw a little Mod Podge on it.
The shinier, the better.
Yeah.
Newsprint. You put the silly putty on it and peel it off and see the image on the silly putty.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I got some books from another company, and they didn't use the newsprint. They used something else, but it didn't feel like regular paper, but it had a newsprint quality to it. But I got a question for you guys, and this is from Lola. Lola had actually asked me to ask you guys this before she signed off. She is having some books printed, and she was going around the printers. Usually, guys, if a book is going to be, the pages are actually going to be smaller. Most of us consider that the price goes down, right?
No.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. Right. But being Lola's first book she's ever, she's been in charge of publishing books before, but like she doesn't have to worry about the print files or anything. So she was shocked to find out that 2 of the books she is doing are actually going to cost a little bit more than she thought. Because she has a book she wanted to print, not comic book size, but like kind of like a square 8x8. And she was told that's actually going to cost more than the comic.
Yeah, probably because they have to trim it to specialty size. Yeah.
So she was like, "Well,
more effort, more price on the part of the publisher, on the part of the printer."
Yeah, they said they actually have to use a bigger sheet of paper to get that 8x8.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So
in order to fold it all down and then trim it. Yeah.
Yeah. So she promised everybody an 8x8 book. So she's not gonna. They said just do it as a comic size. And she says, "No, I promised people 8x8. So I'm gonna do it as 8x8."
Flock's in the house. Hey, Flock Comics Group. Hello, friends.
Hey.
Hello, Flock. Hope you're doing well. William Pace points out that it'll probably be a flip book too, because Varian loves them as well.
Oh goodness! If he does a flip book, I'll cry a little bit on the inside.
So of course the Indie Revolt book is a flip book.
Yeah. Randy did that. Randy did that with spite in his heart.
Because I kept getting so many good covers, and I didn't want to offer a whole string of different variants, so we just did 2 different cover sets.
Yeah, it's
on that book. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, he said I'm doing a flip book, and guys, when I they joke about me being young, but like when Randy said flip book, I'm thinking, oh, a little man in the corner is gonna run.
Yeah.
He's like, no, when you flip the page, you flip the book over. Silverline does a lot of flip books.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, so it's not unheard of. It's not unheard of.
No.
I just, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it, guys. We are approaching
that time.
Yeah, that time.
That time.
Oh, the Flock says news from him. Formed the LLC today. Good job.
There you go, buddy.
Nice.
Yep. 2 bells for you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Good going. Getting to be that official. Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, if I would have been smarter, I would have formed Indie Vote Media LLC in Delaware.
There you go.
I wasn't that smart though. I wasn't. I was like, oh, I'll do it here where I'm at. I'm in Michigan. How much a year? Fun times. Guys.
Says, congrats. JT, tell us how that folks can find you.
They can find me right here in my room. Where am I? I was totally unprepared for that. Sorry.
All
They
right.
can find me at.
I saw you were sleeping. So
no, I'm good. I'm playing with my mohawk. On the Facebooks, JT Malloy or the Sapphire Spectre. It has its own page. I'm starting to kind of use Twitter some more. Not enough because I don't like it, but JT_Malloy there. And Instagram, I post a lot of artwork on. So that's @ James T. Malloy. So, yep.
And then, again, your book is The Sapphire Spectre, available over on Kickstarter.
Yep. And then Pops Van Zant posted the link somewhere in the comments. So thanks for that, Pops. You're awesome as always. And it's up. Yeah, he's got it down there. So
it's in the details too of the video. So.
Charles, tell folks how they can find you.
They can't find me in a mansion on the West Coast.
No.
They're not going to find me there. They will find me on Facebook as Charles Santino, and there's a Rammer and Tops Tales of the Police State page as well. That's a separate page. Rammer, RAMMUR, is on Indiegogo right now. The crowdfunding is over, but the in-demand store is open. I'm on Twitter at Charles_Santino. Instagram, Charles Santino, all one word.
And again, Rammer, RAMMUR, over on Indiegogo. How much longer is that going to be in demand? Do you have any plans to stop it?
I don't. A while. I'm not quite sure. I'm so exhausted from the campaign that I can't really think about the next step. I was just happy to remember to make sure it went into in demand.
Gotcha. John, how can folks find you?
You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Livid Comics. Again, facebook.com/Livid Comics. Our Instagram is Livid_Comics. And our Twitter is @Livid Comic with no S, because that was taken for some reason. So,
Okay. And again, that's Yule. J.
That is for Yule. Yes, JOL.
Over on Kickstarter. Joel. Hang on. Do that again.
All right, there it is.
Boom.
So the book is done. Right?
Oh, yeah, book is done.
Got the custom backer.
Look
Right,
at that.
ready to go, guys. So, yeah, it was important to us to get it done before the campaign. We didn't want to run into the unforeseen delays that normally happen. So that was a big goal for us to have it done in hand and ready to go.
Yeah. And did you see that he's got a Livid Comics backing board?
Yeah. I want to talk to you guys about that afterwards too. But so don't go anywhere when we end the show. Hang out for a second.
What did that cost you?
Not much. It was an independent, just a print house that I found online, and the hardest thing actually was to find the right gauge paper. That was actually the most challenging. Yeah, that was the most challenging part, because everywhere was like 10 point. I'm like, no, bro, that's not going to cut it. Like, we go full guns on that thing. So we're going to go even more custom. It's going to have, this is just a standard bag, but it's going to have the Livid Comics bag that comes with that on the Kickstarter campaign. And then, like I mentioned earlier, the Gemini mailers, of course. And then I don't know, I'm emotional about the Livid tissue paper.
That is really cool. I gotta say,
Pretty
like
cool.
that's inspiring. I might have to look into stuff like that.
Yeah. Driving John crazy with my new ideas. I'm like, bro, let's add this, let's add that, right? And I'm just texting him all day, and I'm killing him. He's like, dude, you're killing me with this stuff. So.
No, I'm just like, hey, man, let's go for it at this point. We're already going all out on this.
It's ridiculous. We might have a Live It Comics delivery truck. Don't hold me back, right?
There you go. Delivered to your door personally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like an ice cream truck. You hear music coming, that's us, right?
Slightly higher tier, yes.
Yeah, right. You got it.
Joel, tell folks how they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, so liveitcomics.com will take you to our main webpage. My background, just to let people know, I was a fine artist for a long period of time. I did oil painting and fine art. So if you go to liveitcomics.com, you'll also see some of my fine art painting there. Facebook, Live It Comics, just like John said, facebook.com/Live It Comics. Kickstarter, like we mentioned earlier, just easier to search for Live It Comics. We're the only one up there right now. And that's it. I'm usually online most of my day, and trolling around on Facebook and posting nonsense like most people. So you can check it out. So appreciate you guys' support and time today.
Well, thanks for coming on, all of you, actually. Thanks for coming on. Some great campaigns. We also want to thank Mr. Quick for popping in and showing us his campaign. So happy to do that. Varian, anything else? You want to tell folks how they can find you?
Sure. So KYD_V on Twitter. Varian Grant pretty much in every other social media network. Don't forget, check out indievolt.com for the latest independent comic book and entertainment news. IndieVolt TV if you like streaming. We got independent.
Just a second. Okay, go ahead. IndieVolt TV.
Independent movies. That's a free service over on the Roku channel, IndieVolt TV. Independent movies, independent wrestling, some long form videos like this. When YouTube says you can't say that on our platform, we say, okay, we have our own channel. So we'll put it over there. Also, maybe TV is not your thing. Maybe you're up creating late at night, drawing, maybe writing. We'll hear some radio. We got that. IndieVolt Radio. You can download it on Google Play. You can also use the TuneIn or Streamer app on iPhone. Listen in with your Alexa device or on the website itself, on IndieVolt.com's website. You can check that out, IndieVolt.com. Go to the website in the middle, about halfway through the front page there's a music player, so you can tune in live and listen to IndieVolt. Independent music, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Then IndieVolt Awards, September 18th. Get your book in right now. There is a small fee for submitting your books, but it's very manageable. That money too is going to charity, so we're giving those submission fees away to a charity for autism, and we got some great sponsors coming on that too. It's going to be a event that our judges are working on merit and the quality of the books. So, it's not a popularity contest. It's not, hey, this guy is my friend, I'm going to give him an award. It's not how this works. We got a judging panel. The judges aren't allowed to enter their books at all. And it's going to be a great show. Can't wait to bring this to you guys. September 18th, 2021. We'll be doing it live at Dave & Buster's. And then, we'll be also announcing where it's going to be at next year, because this is going to be a traveling show.
So people are allowed to show up and stuff?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because I'm probably hours away or whatever. I'm, west suburbs of Chicago, so.
Yeah. Drive on up, hang out. We can't wait. We're gonna feed everybody too, so we're feeding them. So IndieVolt, IndieVoteAwards.com. Go check that out. Submit your book, and also Jim O'Reilly in chat. Hey, Jim. And then Randy, Liberty Entertainment.
Especially after the last couple of years of hassle that we've had to go through. It's about time to party,
Yeah. We're originally going to do that show, the IndieVolt Awards. Originally going to do it last year, but then, everything happened, so we couldn't do it. So this year, looking forward to it. Liberty Entertainment Distribution Group, distributing quality indie comics in stores. We played the bumper earlier, but it is, again, you heard it right. We don't take fees from the creators, and the creators have their own prices. It's been working out really well for us. I had to recently go buy a bigger warehouse. Lord help me. And having a lot of fun with that. Right now, we just crossed over 80 stores. 80 stores who are, they want to buy books from Liberty. So we want to help them get those quality books in there. And we too have custom backs for the boards for the comics too. So that was But I'll talk to Joel and John after we're off the air about that. But that's it for me.
And if you're a retailer out there, you know somebody who's retailing, tell them to run over to www.ledg.us and take a look at the Liberty program. It's a very different kind of distributor. It's a safe distributor. You're not ordering books 3 months in advance, hoping that somebody actually hits a deadline. Everything that's offered through Liberty is already on hand, ready to ship, ready to go to your store shelves as soon as the shipping service can get it over to you. And you'll be able to take those books right out of the box, stick them right on your shelf because they're coming bagged and boarded as well.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's it. Let's wrap it up.
On the way out the door, we want to thank again our sponsor, Gemini Comic Supply. Go over to GeminiComicSupply.com, get your Gemini mailers, and use that coupon code VOLT10, VOLT, the number 1 and the number 0, and get 10% off of your order.
That's right.
And I want to thank everybody for listening. I've been your kind of co-host helper, Randy Zimmerman. You can find me on Facebook under Randy Zimmerman, but most of all, you can look for Arrow Comics 4.0 on our link tree, and that has links over to our Instagram page, our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and our Twitter for Arrow Comics 4.0. Look for us coming in August, also through Liberty Comics Distributors. Really looking forward to getting books over to them here within the next few weeks. I think it's only about 4 or 5 weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we'll have Liberty will have those books available for the retailers. So, and of course, we'll keep you posted for that. Make sure you send us your comments and suggestions. IndieVolt Live at IndieVolt.com. Please include IndieVolt Live in the subject line. And also, please keep those emails to 90 words or less so Varian can type them on a card. We can discuss them on future shows.
That's right.
And keep in mind that no question is too big or too small, because, of course, our feedback will be better because of your setback. Hashtag get an education. Hashtag IndieVolt. Almost time to retire that card.
Yeah.
Hashtag
so on our way out the
what?
Hashtag Austin is wrong.
Hashtag keep Austin weird.
Yeah. On our way out the door, we want to remind everybody of the immortal words of Mr. Jack Kirby, who said, "Kid, comics will break your heart." We want to thank everybody for listening today. Do we have final radio numbers? Did we do
98. It's still sitting at 98. Yeah.
Still sitting at 98. One of these days, we're going to break that under.
Yeah.
Yep. Gonna add that extra 0. And everybody out there in listening to us on IndieVolt Radio, we deeply appreciate you. Everybody out there listening to us on Facebook or on the YouTube channel, please go over there and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. One of these days, we are going to hit that 1,000 mark and get ourselves funded, so that we really have to worry about the quality of our content and making everybody mind their P's and Q's. And so we can also take on super chats to help Varian afford the streaming. So anything else, sir?
Nope.
All right, we're going to go out. Make sure as Varian likes to say, please leave this industry in a better state than what you found it. We deeply appreciate everybody listening. We love you all. Make sure you go out there and take a look at those campaigns. And take care. We are going to see you again Wednesday night, tomorrow night, for Geekgasm. The Indie Princess will be there. Daphne Lage will be there. Nita Lanning will probably be on there as they talk about geekery from a more feminine perspective. Varian and myself will be back Thursday morning at 9 a.m. for the Breakfast Buzz. All of these times are Eastern Standard Times, so adjust your alarm accordingly. And then again, we will be back Sunday morning for another episode of Sunday Funnies, where we try to add the fun into the funny books, talk about the more lighthearted and whimsical side of comics. Saturday night, there will be a backer shots over on Lola's channel, Lola the Indie Princess, where they actually take shots for every new backer that comes into a campaign. I'm not sure who's going to be on that show this week, but also on Sunday afternoons, about 2:30, 3 o'clock or so, Varian puts on a special issues program. And if you haven't seen the last couple of episodes of special issues, they are archived over on the Indie Vault YouTube channel, please go over there and take a look. Especially look over the program that we ran 2 weeks ago called Unearthed, the story of Terraform, that I got to moderate a group of people that were all involved with that comic company, and the ups and downs of the creations and the pitfalls that you might suffer and go through trying to do a collaborative company effort. So there's a lot of lessons to be gleaned from that. I know we all know it's 3 hours and 48 minutes long, but it's well worth your time to sit through the entire program. And also last week's program, we were talking about that amazing list that certain publishers have that bar people from working with other people. If you want to work with us, you can't work with anybody on that list. So go over there and check out last week's special issues program for that. Anything else, sir? Mr. Varian, anything else? Going? Bueller? No? Okay. All right, everybody. Take care. Any last words, folks? Thanks again for coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I'm taking us out. So take care, everybody. Stay healthy. Have a good evening. See you tomorrow night on Geekgasm. See ya.
Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.
How dare you?
What the fuck is the matter with people in this business? Do you draw the Flintstones naked?